Hello and welcome to the next Fountain Live. And today we've got a debutant. We've got our new managing director, Alice Rose. Alice, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. On this heat wave day, sat inside, but doing good.
Oh, it's boiling, isn't it? I mean, I've shut my windows so we don't get the car noise, but I'm going to quickly get it open afterwards. But anyway, I hope everyone's well that's listening and watching this. Today, we're going to be talking about how your business can take market share. First of all, Alice, what's your take on that? How do businesses take market share? What is market share to you?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. So market share to me is there's already a pool of people hopefully looking for your products and services online, and taking market share is all about getting in front of them, making sure that you've got a strong web presence, so a good website, making sure that you're ranking well on Google and other search engines, and they're on all social media channels as well, so that you're making sure that as people are searching for your products or services, that you just get in front of them. If you don't have any web presence at all, then you're going to be losing out to your competitors. So making sure that you've got the best infrastructure in place on the digital channels to be able to be there when people are searching for you.
I think that's absolutely bang on the money, Alice, as expected. And one of the reasons why I wanted to get you on to discuss this topic is we've got a really good example with our work with YouMove. And I just wondered if you wouldn't mind just going through the process that we took YouMove on from start to finish and how they managed to take market share.
Yeah, of course. So YouMove are an online estate agent. They started working with us, I think it was around 2014, 2015.
Wow.
So when they came to us, they were had a few people working for them in head office, and they had a couple of franchisees running estate agents around the country, and they'd done it all themselves so far, and they'd had really good success for a small new business. But they wanted to come to Fountain, they heard good things, and they wanted to just take things to the next level and grow rapidly. So what we did was we first did a conversion rate optimization audit on their current website. So what that is we looked at user recording software of how people are using the website. We did surveys and polls to see, if people had any feedback about the journey online, and we basically rewireframed their website to improve the user experience and increase the conversion rate. So that meant that anything they were doing in terms of traffic and paying for traffic to get to their site would be more effective, and they'd actually get better ROI. So we rewireframed the site. They then took that to their web designers and developers and put that into place. And then we started sending traffic to the site. So we started with quite a small Google Ads campaign for people searching for having their house valued, selling their house, and things like that, and estate agency terms. And we took it from there, really. Over a period of about 3 months, we saw a really big increase in conversion rate. So it was around about the 4% mark when the new site went live, and which was a significant improvement on the site previously. And then through constant tweaking, so A/B testing the site, testing the traffic and the keywords, we got it up to about 11-12% conversion rate. So what that meant was they were getting so much more for their money, and it allowed them to really expand. So they went from an estate agents with only a couple of offices to, up to having 90 to 100 offices doing digital marketing. So it was a big success story, and they're still a client today, and it's still going really well. So yeah.
Brilliant. Alice, obviously I'm new to Fountain. I didn't even realize that it was that much of a big difference going from 2 to, what did you say, they're 90 offices? That's mad, all through taking market share. Alice, is this, when we talk about market share, and there'll be a lot of businesses now that are watching this that are thinking, yeah, but I don't have the sort of budget to do that. Is it about the strategies that you can do, or do you have to have a big budget to take market share?
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, we often get prospects coming to us and saying, I really need to double the amount of inquiries. How much is that going to cost me? How much do I have to pay on Google and on Facebook and things like that in order to actually get the volume of inquiries I want? And actually, we usually start with conversion rate optimization. So it's about making the website more efficient and effective at using your marketing spend correctly. For instance, if you have a form on your website, and it has sort of 15, 20 fields in it, and you're asking for everyone's sort of 2 addresses from them, a phone number, a mobile number, a fax number, and things like that, then conversion rate's going to be low. So we look at things, ways to make websites more streamlined. So it's about optimizing forms, making sure call to actions are clear, and that sort of thing, just to help users and really signpost them to the action that you want them to take. And that's a much, really good building block for any sort of digital marketing that you then go on to do. It will make everything you do much more effective.
That's great, Alice. And one of the things I really like about that is just how systematic and process driven it is, rather than just chucking money at something and then all of a sudden you'll take market share. It's very much within the strategy. How quick did it take Fountain to go from those 2 offices to 90?
Over the course of a couple of years. So the Uni head office were doing a brilliant job behind the scenes in acquiring new franchisees, and when you run a franchise, a lot of that is about process. So they knew that with Fountain they had a really good digital marketing process machine. So as they gave us a new branch, we'd set things up, they'd go off to a flying start, and then onwards, and that franchise becomes a success. So they work incredibly hard behind the scenes to make the business success, and we help them where we can with their digital marketing.
Of course, a very important element of this as well, Alice, is forecasting forwards, which I'm sure made you move completely comfortable with it, right? Because a lot of people are saying, well, yeah, I want market share, I want to put money in it, but it seems like a gamble to businesses still, but it doesn't need to be a gamble, does it?
No, definitely not. I mean, Google have some brilliant tools like Google Keyword Planner, where you can put in keywords that you think people search for your business using, and Google will give you a really good estimate of how many people are searching for that per month. You can segment by location. So if you only want to target sort of East Anglia or Norwich, Norfolk, then you can put that in, and it gives you a good idea of how many people are searching for your products or services and how much it's going to cost to get that click to your website. So that gives a really good idea of how much you're going to be estimated to pay every month. And then with pay-per-click especially, you pay per click and you can set a budget. So we always start with sort of a proof of concept campaign with a lot of our clients, where we might suggest a budget and we'll work within that for the first month, and then we can test and track and see what works, and we can scale up from there. You don't have to rush to spending tens of thousands of pounds a month in the first month and just throw money at it. You can really start with a small scale back campaign and see what works and grow from there.
Perfect. Alice, is there I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. We didn't plan the question, don't worry. What are the key actionables that a business person or a director or a marketing director could now take away from this? So how would you go about taking market share if you were in their position? What would be the key things that you would do today to try and move that forwards?
Yeah, of course. I think one of the things, working very heavily in your own business means sometimes you forget to be a bit of an outsider. You forget to look and have a look at the business, how other people or your customers would want to see you. So I think one of the tools that we always talk about with conversion rate optimization is standing over the shoulder of somebody and looking at a website from further away, step a couple of feet back and see, what are the call to actions that are really shouting out on your website? And is that what you want your customers to do? Is that the action that you want them to take? I think just getting feedback from family and friends as well, sending them the website. Say, okay, imagine you wanted to buy my product or service. What feedback can you give me about the process of my website? Take minimalism is key as well. So take a look at your forms or your products, your buying cycle on your website, and streamline it. Don't give people too many options, because when people have too many options, we know that it makes it really difficult to make a decision, especially at the minute, coronavirus times. I think everyone's having quite a hard time and going through it on a bit of a roller coaster. So make things simple for them. That was my first step anyway.
No, that's great. I'm seeing a bit of a trend here in a lot of the points that you've said to me. It almost seems like people are overcomplicating it, and actually a huge element of moving forwards, particularly with the crazy time that we're going through now, is actually just stripping things back and making things really simple and easy for the customer. Would you say that's a fair statement to make? Yeah,
definitely. I think there's a lot of businesses going online now that haven't been before. There's a lot more competition. And I think if you can make things easy for users, then you're likely to get that purchase or that sale. If you really understand what your user is looking for and when they search online, and you're putting the right messaging in front of them at the right time, and then following up with a website that's very easy to use. It's fast, it's clear, the copy all is succinct and it works and it's on brand, then you're putting yourself in a really good position to win a new customer.
Alice, thank you very much for your time. I know that you're very busy being your new role, so I'll let you crack on now. But thank you for making your Fountain Live debut. Don't forget, if you're watching this right now on YouTube or on Facebook, please feel free to drop a comment down below. If you're watching on LinkedIn as well, feel free to drop a comment. If you've got any questions for Alice, I'll be more than happy to pass those on and make sure that she answers them for you. And if you're watching on Twitter, feel free to give us a tweet. We are at Fountain Team. Alice, have an amazing day, and thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers.